What's up everybody and welcome back to another YouTube video. We're back. This is now officially 15 days post-surgery. So 2 weeks and a day ago I was under the knife having my hernia repaired. So I've had a few sessions since and I've been easing my way back in. And I'm just going to take you through this push session. Basically what I've been doing is I've been doing my exact sessions on my exact days with modified exercises if they aggravate my stomach and if I've got any core loading, and modified volume. Like if I need to stop, I need to go stop, and that's the way it's been. But today we're feeling good. The recovery protocol has been massively working. I now have my scar is completely a scar now and it's like completely healed, which is crazy. The last bit of scab, which is gross to say, came off yesterday and it's like just normal. This is how it's going to be now, which is pretty cool. Still got a tiny little bit of swelling under the belly button, but we're just taking things slowly and we're building up slowly, and I'm going to take you through this session. So a big part of my recovery and training is going to have to be using things to take away my core stability. So I don't want to be using my core at any point, which is why potentially dumbbells are off the cards for a little bit because you've got to flick them up. So here we're going to start with a crucifix lateral raise, which is fortunately what I would do normally. So we've got the back support here, so we're completely off our stomachs. I'm not thinking about holding any tension in my midsection. I'm just going to perform the lateral raise without any tension in my stomach whatsoever, because as soon as I do hold it, that's when we're going to potentially aggravate the repair. If you guys like the look of this exercise and these cuffs, first link in the description box. oneamar.shop, baby. So we're going to set this reverse band up now. Now I get a lot of questions about how to reverse band. So first of all, you're going to get yourself a One-Amar carabiner, or a carabiner as I like to say. We're going to have some One-Amar daisy chains coming real soon, but this is just a normal daisy chain. It's a climbing apparatus, so you can see it's got the different holes in it. This is well used, by the way. And you can basically adjust where your band goes. So you're going to find something to loop the daisy chain over, or the carabiner, which is going to give you where your band point's going to connect. The band will wrap around the bar or the hack squat handles. You then literally just loop the carabiner through and attach it to the other end of the daisy chain. And where the daisy chain comes into handy is that the daisy chain has different loops, so you can tighten the band if you need to. You can make it harder, better, easier. And we're just going to let this come in so that the majority of the weight comes in at the top of the movement. So I want the band to be dropped off anywhere from here onwards, but I do want some actual tension at the bottom here. So for me, this is a little bit loose. So I'll just bring it around. I'll literally just loop it up one more knot, and that'll be enough. Hey. So I feel good, but I definitely just don't want to really grip myself for those last couple, because I know that subconsciously I'm gonna pull in my stomach to stay strong. Because, and for those of you guys who don't have a hernia and don't have a stomach issue, bringing your core in and pulling it in and keeping it tight, you're going to get more kinetic chain, you're going to get stronger because you can transfer power through your body. So you will actually be stronger, you will transfer power, you will load more if you can keep your core tight on these lifts. But of course, that's how my brain works. So I want to keep tight so I can lift more. So I'm going against what my brain is telling me essentially at the moment, but I can feel myself recruiting more and there's less and less pain. It feels stronger and stronger. So gradually, slowly but surely, we'll bring a bit more core into it. Ooh. So we're gonna have to choose this next exercise. I'm supposed to be doing a low incline dumbbell press now. The stability is gonna cost me to get dumbbells to my knees up here. Like that risk for me, if I twist, if I lose my balance, for me to pull myself back, that's not worth it. So we're gonna have to find something to recreate that as much as possible. It's a low incline, so if you're in a low incline, you're already arching your back, you kind of come out at a flat press. So I think I'm gonna load up on the Nautilus flat press because it gives us the backbone to go against it. It gives us the ability to adjust the seat if we need to, and we can put myself in the favorable position to not engage this core again. So we'll move on to the flat press from here. So you'll see, and you guys might notice this in some of your exercises that you do, like for me to get into it, you have to like push it forward already. So if you can, if your machine's got this option, it probably doesn't, but you can just move the seat back. Or what you can do is where the weight gets stuck at the bottom here, you can wedge something in between it so it brings the handles forward. So you guys might see us do that on shoulder presses where we put D handles in between it, or wrist wraps, or whatever it is, just to raise it up a little bit so you don't start in a really awkward position, especially when you're doing a top set and you've got heavy weight on there. So for me now, you can see this is my start position. I don't need to lock myself in. I can just push through. So normally on this, I'd be inclined to hyper breathe in, arch my back loads, and push forward with a lot of pressure in here, but instead I'm breathing more normally. I'm slightly more, I've got slightly more spinal flexion. I had to think about that one because I'm slightly more forward, and I'm just breathing through it. Obviously I don't breathe that loud normally, but doing it that loud so you can understand how I'm breathing rather than bracing hard and moving it forward. Good. Feeling much stronger than last time I did this. Like, did this last week. Did 3 plates for, I don't know, 8 or 9. I thought, okay, that's enough. That feels lightweight there. I feel strong. That was close to failure there. Lovely. Oh, I missed this shit. Yeah. Oh, that feels good. So with exercises like this that actually require some core stability to even get into it, I'm literally going to walk it around, use both arms. Now I've got my anchor weight, so I can come against it and not use my core. And that's literally how I'm thinking about everything right now. Still working off those basic principles that I usually do with my workouts, because I want to be able to transition efficiently. I don't want to just come in and do random stuff in random directions just because, you know, just to get myself through the next couple of weeks until I can perform better. I'd much rather do the exercises that I'm going to do in the order that I'm going to do it, with the tempos that I'm going to do it, maybe at just a reduced weight and reduced intensity until I can do it, because it's going to put me in a much better position when I'm fully recovered to just hit the ground running, rather than do random stuff for 3 or 4 weeks until I'm better, and then, okay, now this is the plan. Okay, now I need a couple of weeks to get used to these movements. Now we can hit the ground. Instead, boom, I'm ready. So at this point in the workout, I'll usually do something like a lying cuff lateral raise. The reason why I'm not doing it is actually because when I'm coming across in a lying position, it cuts right across my belly button, and obviously don't want to do that right now. So we moved on to an Atlantis lateral raise. Probably my favorite like lateral raise machine, if there is one. I see a lot of people put their cuffs over these. You don't really need to put your cuffs over these. There is a lot of benefit in actually gripping something as well. You need a lot of bicep, you need a lot of stability through the joint coming from the grip strength to stabilize it, and it can help just with the natural way that you do things. However, I do love a cuff as well. So, but we're going to do just 3 sets on here, just to completely finish off the delts, and then we'll literally just finish up on some arms, and we're good to go. I swear, AJ, if you're watching this, AJ Morris, tell me what you do on this, because you're definitely not watching it, but if you are, tell me. I swear I've seen AJ do like the stack on this, which is fucking mental. We'll see. AJ, let us know. Let us know. It's hard to hold myself back. I want to go harder, stronger, faster, but it's not smart if I do. So guys, we're going to move on to triceps now. A lot of you guys would have seen me use the ropes, and we use 2 ropes, but we elongate them to reduce the force angle that your elbow is coming at, so you can pull in a more natural direction. Wouldn't it just be so good if someone used their common sense and made a long rope? Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it just be great? Well, people, we have one. The 1MR rope, logoed, coined, unique. No longer do you need 2 ropes, you just have the long rope. So we can come out, we can get it, we can pull in the exact angles we want to without having to twist, without having to use too much equipment. This is gonna be a killer move. It's coming. One thing I want you guys to think about when you're doing triceps is to actually work yourself overhead as well. I can't do it because I'm so pumped at the moment, but as soon as you work overhead as well, you put this tricep into an elongated position. We have an insertion point right down into the delt here, but if you're pulling it into a little bit of extension there, you're gonna work that long head a little bit more. So I like to do one type of long rope and then something that's above the head. I still can't do the above the heads that well, just because it puts me into spinal extension a bit too much. It pulls on the belly button, and I have to hold the weight there and then extend it, so it's quite hard. So I've just been doing more sets of this, but I'm gonna try an overhead one after these. Done and dusted. So we're gonna head upstairs, jump into the same light that you guys would have seen me through the whole season of The Time Is Now, and have a look at the physique of 15 days post-surgery and 16 days post-training awfully. Let's go see the damage. So a few things to consider before we get into this physique update. Not to like put excuses as to why I look how I look, but just to make you guys understand the realities of what bodybuilders have to go through. So I'm also 6 weeks post-cycle, so I'm 6 weeks natty. Obviously I'm on TRT, 125 megs of testosterone, so or 7 weeks even, so I have very low androgens versus normal in my body. I'm also 7 weeks post-show. I'm also 16 days post-surgery. I'm also 16 days-ish of not training too much. And I'm about 114 kilos, and I've not trained legs for a while, so don't judge my legs. So I'm actually not too displeased with how I'm looking. I don't even know if you guys will be able to tell the belly button from here. The belly button's just a little bit red. The scar's a little bit there, purple, and it's a little bit swollen still. But in terms of like condition, I'm not too displeased. There's some sneaky gains through my abs still at 114 kilos, obviously off cycle as well. I still feel fairly like muscular. Don't feel too fat. Obviously the back is significantly fatter than like this part of my back is significantly fatter than this thin part of my stomach. So, but I'm feeling good, like considering I had my belly sliced open and my abs stitched together. I feel all right. I've got full ab control. I don't want to like push it too much because it still hurts. But this is how I'm feeling. Legs as well. Like my legs are still a few feathers down the side, but significant. Like they feel like they're the size that they were on prep, which is not good because you fill out shitloads post-prep, which is why I look a bit bigger up top. But yeah, like I'm feeling all right just considering all the circumstances, considering like in a couple of weeks I'll be going on cycle. I'm 3 or 4 kilos off my heaviest off-season weight. In fact, let's give you some visuals. This was 25 weeks ago as I just started my prep. This is 116 kilos. This is 114 kilos. So you can see the big difference in muscle mass there and condition. And now this is almost true muscle mass and true condition because I've been on TRT for the last, 2 months. So this will be kind of how I really do look without any androgens in me. And that's it. Like, we'll wrap up the video from there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is a little bit into the mindset of how I'm training at the moment. I didn't think I would progress this quickly. I didn't think I would be this strong this quickly. And the previous video you saw on the hernia repair and how I was going to do with recovery, the protocol is clearly working, because anyone who I've talked to, some of them couldn't even get out of bed for 2 weeks. And I'm training like this 2 weeks later and my scar's gone, and the whole thing is nearly, like, let's say 85-90%. So we've still got a little bit of time to get better, which I'm looking forward to, because I can't wait to just get my foot down and push on and chase this Olympia qualification. So until then, guys, we'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Peace.